Jeannie, come on away from there, baby. Go play in the sand pit then. Hey, welcome back. My name is Jenny. My husband Dominic and I moved to this property in August of 2020 to try to be more self-sustainable and grow our own food. Last year we raised chicken, pigs, and goats, and this year we're hoping to kind of do a little bit more. We do all this while working full-time with 2 young children, and that's sometimes a challenge.
Really important job.
What's your really important job, sweetie?
Over there.
So, okay. And that kind of brings us to this week. It's been really challenging. It feels like we're waiting for the spring to come, and then when it comes, the weather doesn't really cooperate, and we still have to work, and we still have kids to take care of, and birthdays, and all of this stuff, and we got sick this week, so the video that I planned this week kind of fell through, so I've kind of got this one for you. But I planted onions, so that was fun. And a few days ago I put the shiitake mushrooms out in the back on their stand. Just gonna orient you guys here. There is the cattle panel greenhouse, compost bay, apple tree, chicken coop, fire pit, fence, goat shelter, animal shelter. Okay, and then just behind me here is a pretty shady, kind of just a grove of spruce trees, and we've got a bit of a bog, and the stream goes by here. So we thought, because it's always damp and cold here, that we would put the mushroom logs here. Dominic built this totally out of reclaimed wood and pallets, and we popped it in here. Woo! And I'm just going to kind of straighten it up, and then I'm going to grab the logs and let them rest here until such time as shiitake mushrooms will hopefully grow in them. Okay, it looks good. It's all done. It's ready to go. So that's its final resting place for now. Hopefully it's going to grow some shiitake mushrooms at some point in the future. And we've been doing, our regular chores of like cleaning up the chicken coop. The kids really helped with that. You want to help too, Jeannie? Good shovel for the wood. Nice. Good job, beans.
Shovel this was thrown in the back?
Yep.
The white stuff?
Yep, in the back. Aha. All right, go on inside. Watch out for the spikes. Jeannie, come on away from there, baby. Gotta let Jeannie be in.
Martin's
Martin's playing in the sandbox, babe. That's awesome. Such a good sign of fertile ground is the worms, and every time I pick it up I've got 2 or 3 worms on the fork, so it looks awesome. I hope I don't hurt a lot while I'm tilling it up. I'm gonna start with, I have no idea what I'm doing. Also, my onions are being stolen by a 2-year-old. And I will reiterate, I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm doing my best here. Watch some videos. And what I did was I turned up the bed. There's a bunch of compost in it from last year, so I turned it all up, loosened up the soil, pulled back the mulch, and now I'm gonna put a light layer of compost on the top. So I've just gotta go talk to the compost king and get the go-ahead that I can go and dig into that compost in the greenhouse. Jeanette! Oh, thank you. Why'd you take them out of the garden? Put those back.
It's just for you.
They are just for me.
But
Those are for our garden.
you can borrow them.
Thank you. Just in the shed, I tilled up the garden and went and grabbed the onions, which I then had to go and find because Jeannie kept taking them from the garden and running around and putting them throughout the yard. Then I went up to talk to Dominic about which compost pile I could take the compost from and realized that he had planted garlic in the bed that I tilled up, in part of it. So I might have ruined the garlic. Some of it. We still have another bed of garlic, but it's like, it's a little frustrating. Can you bring them back to the garden for me?
Where's the treats?
Can you bring the bag back to the garden for me?
Where's the treats?
There's no treats, sweetie.
Where?
There's none. Can you bring those back into the garden?
My favorite chicken likes them.
Yeah, they're not allowed to eat them though. So I want to use the compost in the pile in the back there, but it's really like it's got a lot of hay and stuff in it, so I've got to sift some of it out. So Dominic picked up these like mink cages or something, so I'm going to try to use one of these as a sifter to sift out some of that compost so I can put it on top of the onion bed. Okay, so this pile right here has been composting here all winter, and it has a lot of hay in it, but I can just sift that out. So I've got my wheelbarrow and the screen. I guess I'm going to use that as a screen, and I'm going to try to sift it out. Apologize for the chickens. Somebody obviously has just laid an egg and is very proud of it. Okay, it's coming out pretty well. So you can see that like this is what I'm working with. So it's not perfectly composted down, but it doesn't have to be. It's small enough that there's the big pieces of hay and stuff are out of it. So I'm gonna keep doing this, and then we'll bring it over to the actual onion bed. So now that I realize they're there, it's pretty obvious that there's garlic in this bed. I'm just very disappointed in myself that like I guess I just wasn't paying attention. He must have told me several times. That's it. I have some compost. I just want to see like how much I'm gonna need, so I want to put some on there and see how much that covers, and then I can kind of calculate how many more like wheelbarrow fulls I'm gonna need.
The pig is not distracted. What are you doing?
I just told Jeannie that I wanted her to come here, and she turned around and yelled at me, "I just want a moment." Jeanette, what are you doing? And I'm pretty sure that she's gluing the car. Awesome, throw it on. Are you measuring for Mom? But overall, it's been a good week and a challenging week, but you know, you can't change time or nature. Those things are constant, and you just kind of have to take the wins where you can get them and just cut your losses when you lose, which is often. But I've got my onions in. I should probably go and take care of the children. Big things next week. I know it's a bit slow this week. Sorry about that. But big things next week. Super, super excited. And we'll see you then. Bye.
So, thinking of doing it. So, I gotta get a little times, but Mom's working, but I don't know how to lift it. But look at it.
Okay, jump down. Jump off.
Hot burning lava.
Maybe that one. Maybe that's not fuel.
3 and 3, 4.